Hey guys, let's get right into this. There has just been a live that the attorney that is representing 120 clients has made about Diddy. We did a 2-hour live. There's a lot of detail, but for those of you guys just want to recap, let's get into all the claims, including the most groundbreaking. There is a 9-year-old that Diddy did the diddle on. There are multiple more A minors that are victims of this man. Y'all, let's get into this. We have all the claims and the clip notes so you can share it with your friends. On top of that, Diddy's team has responded to all of these claims, and we're going to go through each one very quickly. But he's responded to all these claims, and you guys, this is a doozy. Go ahead and watch the live for 2 hours if you want everything explained. But for right now, let's go through the clip notes, okay? Where do we start? First of all, this is not a class action lawsuit, as people had said, and as they had hinted before. They're saying that each one will be tried individually. They said that so far, 3,058 people have contacted them. They are investigating and vetting. Out of that 3,058 people, 120 cases, 60 men and 60 women, right? It's 50-50 man and woman. They have vetted, they have proof. They're like, it's 100% on those cases. The other ones they are investigating. They also go on to say that out of that 120 cases, 25 people have talked to the FBI. Now, I know what some people are saying, but is it Diddy rumored to be an informant at one time for the FBI? Maybe. But our legal sources say it is all but a guarantee that if they haven't before, Homeland Security investigations will contact these cases and speak to everybody in their ongoing investigation. Okay, they said that Diddy just didn't prey on the Black community. It was every community they are protecting. 62% of the victims are African American, 30% are Caucasian. I'm sorry, 62% are Black, 30% are Caucasian, and the other 8% are a mixture between Latino and Asian. Okay. They're saying that they are going after everybody. They are going after the venues that allowed it. They are going after the corporations that either allowed it or benefited from. They're going after the music industry. They are going after anybody that was involved. Some of the more shocking claims, before we get to the A minor claims, are the fact that it wasn't just Diddy messing with graping people. It wasn't just his flunkies actually participating in the choo-choos and passing people around. There were also a healthy amount of people that they are saying watched all that go down. And they said, we know who you are. They also said that they had teased actually in their statement that they were going to actually expose some of the co-defendants. We actually have the original statement, which is why we thought they were going to expose some of the co-defendants. In the post, they came and said that right now they are not ready to release the co-conspirators, but they know who they looked at the camera and said, you know who you are, and we know who you are. They said that they are filing all these cases within the next 30 days. They took place in Georgia. They took place in Florida. They took place in New York City, and they took place in Miami. They also bought out a bunch of heavy hitters that ran foundations for victims of sexual abuse, victims of trafficking. They said these crimes span 25 years, from 1991 to currently 2024, over 25 years. They also went on to say that 55% of the victims reported what had happened to them when it happened back then. However, they were mocked, they were cast aside. And again, there has to be something in that in the actual cover up. They're saying that it occurred in the Hamptons and New York City, in the Miami area, during album release parties, at 4th of July parties, at the off-white parties. I think he means the white parties, the after parties. It happened at auditions, in venues, and in private residences. Okay. They said that they use something called Trank, which is Zolozin. I have to Google that, but they said The venues, they have text, they have pictures, they have proof. They said that they, whenever people complain, not complain, but when they saw it, they would pay people 10K in cash to keep their mouths shut. They said that there are individuals, there are corporations, there are entities that are actually liable. They have bank records, pharmaceutical records, hotels, everybody, I'm sorry, bank, pharmaceuticals, hotels, we're all complicit too. This sounds like this is going to, right? They said anyone who engaged or encouraged or facilitated or watched or was at the venue or benefited from the cover up or the actions, they are going after. They said that all drinks were laced, people were passed around while people watched. SA great false imprisonment and were complicit to prostituting. There was also false imprisonment again, sexual abuse of a minors. Now that's what we need to actually talk about. You guys, trigger warning, this is heartbreaking, but it needs to be said. Again, they say they have already corroborated and vetted this evidence. Let's talk about there was a 9-year-old A minor that was taken to an audition with other minors there. They were auditioning for a music career. The 9-year-old was sexually abused and by Diddy, right? And passed around to other people in the room for them to have their time too. They were promised music careers. There was also another minor that Diddy promised would be a star to 14-year-old, I believe. But said in order for you to get it, you need to visit in private without your parents. When that child did, they demanded, and they said that forced them to give him sloppy toppy. Forced him to give sloppy toppy. There was a 15-year-old A minor man, a boy, flown to New York City. They were rugged, taken to a private room. They were raped. And the people also, Diddy's entourage, hanger-ons, whatever, demons, took turns raping. There was a minor woman, girl that was picked up in an SUV. They were made to get a drink. When they woke up, their nether regions, both front and back, were sore. They were missing their underwear and their shoes. They immediately went to the hospital and tried to get kits done. There was another minor that their nether regions, both poom poom and boom boom, the assault was so vicious they couldn't remember it, but the assault was so vicious that their nether regions were torn and scarred. They went to the hospital. They also said that while she was taken to the hospital, they found Coca-Cola, in her stomach, along with horse tranquilizer. They said a lot of these victims, when they were tested at the hospital to see what they had very niche designer pharmacy things, like very rare elements and weird substances in their body, which lets me believe that's why they're saying that they would sue pharmaceuticals, because at the end of the day, it was in their stomach with the hospital, and it's not something you could just buy from the local street corner. It was a designer drug that might have actually even been specifically made for their purpose. They're saying one victim said, a male said, I quit the industry because of what Sean Combs did to me. They were young, bright, wanted to be a star. They want nothing to do with the entertainment industry. They urged other victims to bring evidence to break the wall of silence. They wanted to open a national dialogue. They had experts the people that ran corporations for abuse and exploitation. He is big enough to bring down, they said. There are witnesses. They welcome the FBI or any authorities to come forward, and they are happy to share information. They said that what happened is, even for A minors or adults, when you entered a party that was going to be a freak off, a lot of these victims did not know what was going on. They would hand them a drink. The drink was always laced with something. Unbeknownst to the victims did not know that they were drinking anything laced. They drank it because if you did not drink what they offered, You were not allowed to come into the party. 90%, and you were kicked out immediately. 90% of all people that were victims of the freak off or at those parties were rugged without their consent or permission. Also, really quick, you guys, Diddy's lawyer actually did respond. One of Diddy's attorneys, Erica Wolf, needless to say, Mark Agnophilia is out of there, said, as Mr. Combs' legal team has emphasized, he cannot address every meritless allegation in what has become a reckless media circus. That said, Mr. Combs emphatically and categorically denies as false and defamatory any claim he had blankually abused anyone, including minors. He looks forward to proving his innocence and vindicating himself in court, where the truth will be established based on evidence, not speculation. Baby, people are saying that the truth is uglier than any speculation, but I digress. You guys, this was a lot. This was a lot, and this was disgusting. It was disgusting, but it's something that needed to be done. Things have gone on too far. People need to come forward and people need to speak out. That was the recap of everything that was mentioned in the press conference. Go ahead and watch the live if you guys want something long form. I will be live in about 30 minutes to talk about everything. You guys, at the end of the day, Diddy and the people that enabled it, the people that helped, and the people that watched for their own sick fantasies, it looks like they're going to be held accountable. Anyway, you guys, let me know what you think in the comments. I will talk to you later. Bye.